Hey, algebra students, let's look at this advanced level example of what we've been working on, multiplying expressions. The particular expressions we're multiplying are known as monomials, but you don't need to know that in order to complete this. So it says rewrite the exponential expression as a product of like bases, then simplify. Now, some of us have what's known as the product rule of exponents memorized. And that basically means that we know what to do when we see this kind of like gross exponential expression here raised to another power. But what I want to point out is even if you don't have that rule memorized, we can use the one that we do know and that we've been using all this lesson in order to simplify this sucker, because we know what it means to take something and raise it to the second power. It means that whatever the thing is, it's multiplying by itself. There's two of those factors. And these parentheses with that square outside tell you that it's this whole big ugly thing that's a repeated factor. And so what I'm going to do is rewrite this as two factors instead of using an exponent. So that's the same as if I took negative 1/3 r squared. Don't be intimidated by how ugly it is. Whatever its ugly self is, I'm going to multiply it by its ugly self again. That's what it means to be raised to the second power. And so I end up multiplying this same big ugly number twice. And now it's simpler to multiply, right? All I just have is a bunch of factors multiplying. Nothing really here is adding and subtracting. They're all shoved together. And so I can follow that lovely process that we've been working on where we just multiply the coefficients, the numbers out front. So in this case, negative 1/3 and negative 1/3. Now don't let that panic you. Remember, multiplying fractions is pretty darn simple, but you could also do it in your calculator. But a negative times a negative is a positive. And then you just multiply across the numerator. I'm going to have one piece, and then multiplication scales. So those thirds are going to get a third their size. So we multiply across the denominator as well. 3 times 3 gives me 9. And so it's just 1/9. I don't know what's going on with my pen, you guys. Let's see, it won't right there. Let's do it over to the side. So it's just 1/9. And now we have 3 factors there multiplying. We have r's, s's, and t's, 3 repeated factors. So remember, an exponent tells you how many factors of r you have. You have 2 r's multiplying. And then there's another 2 r's multiplying for a total, since they're multiplying again, we're multiplying these whole big ugly things, of 4 r's multiplying. And so I will write r to the 4th power. Next factor I have here is s's, and I can see I already had 5 s's multiplying. And now I'm bringing in another 5 s's, and so I will have s to the 10th power. Now, t is where a lot of students get mixed up. Don't you get mixed up? A factor of t and another factor of t isn't just a t, it's 2 factors of t, or t squared. And so final answer here is 1/9 r to the 4th power, s to the 10th power, t squared. All right, strong work, you guys. Proud of you. And again, not as tricky as it looks. If you ever forget an exponent rule, just try expanding it and see what happens. Happy learning.